As I'm going to run through this personality test on 16personalities.com and hopefully just explain a little bit about my thought process, why I pick the answers, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm actually hoping somebody else might be able to chip in and say, hey, if you're thinking this way, maybe you should have picked this or whatever. But here we go. Find it find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. That's agree. Often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. Yes, that happens all the time. I basically just zone things out, and what I'm just thinking about things. That's it. It doesn't matter what else is going on. It's just zoned out. It's just clean zoned out. Even if I'm in like a loud place, I can just zone everything out. So I guess that's a big agree because that definitely happens. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. This one's a little iffy because I do respond to emails as quickly as I can if they're actually important, like job ads or whatever. But I actually don't care if my inbox is messy or not. So I'll just pick in the middle there because yes, I respond as quickly as I can. I don't care how messy my inbox is. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when there is some pressure. That's a definite agree. I never get stressed out. I never really feel like I'm under any pressure. You do not usually initiate conversations. That is true. For example, if I'm paying for my milk or whatever, I'll just give the guy my money, and that's it. I don't ask him how his day's been, none of that crap. It's just, no, I'm not. I don't start conversations. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. No, that's a disagree. I always sort of mess around with things just to see what happens. So that's almost my motto, see what happens. Feel superior to other people. I'll have to agree with that to some extent, just because sometimes I see people and I think, how are you still breathing? I must feel superior to some people, as selfish or as arrogant as that sounds. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. Um, yes, I would agree to that. It is more important to be organized than to be adaptable. I actually like to have everything in order so that I can be adaptable. So yeah, it's better to be organized so that I can be more adaptable, if that makes sense. Like with the guitar, learning guitar, I want to learn all my scales, all the chords, all that sort of stuff, how to improvise. It's so that I can improvise. I learn all of that stuff. I'm organized with it all so that I can improvise. You're usually highly motivated and energetic. No, no. I'm usually pretty motivated, but I'm not very energetic. I'll say no because I feel like it's just more no. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Yeah, that's true. I'd rather not have everybody carrying on and cracking the shits. I'd rather just give in. I'm not over. I'm not too fast with winning the debate. Even if I know I'm 100% right on something, I'm not going to push it in their face, make them feel bad. Even though they should, or I should really, but I don't. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. Disagree. Massive disagree. Hell no. Pretty self-explanatory. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. They are because my wife keeps them tidy. I personally probably wouldn't have it all that tidy. At work, I mean, I know where everything is, but it probably looks like a little bit of a mess, even though to me it's not. You do not mind being at the center of attention. Disagree. I can't stand it. You consider yourself more practical than creative. Massive big even. I'll put it in the middle there because I can be pretty straightforward, pretty practical, but for the most part, no, I'm more creative. People will tell me that I got like my head in the clouds. I don't know what. A lot of people would think that I'm not a very practical kind of guy. I kind of feel like I am, but I know that I'm actually not, if that makes sense. Not when compared to people who actually are practical. People can really upset you. Yeah, I'd put that as an agree. Unless it's something that's aimed at me, then I really don't like it. I don't like people trying to upset me. And I do sort of hold grudges to some extent. More like I just won't talk to those people anymore, sort of cut them out. But I mean, for the most part, no, I'm not. People don't usually upset me. It is rare that someone upsets me. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. Agree, agree. A slight agree. I like to have a general idea. I don't go too in depth. Like I'm if I go overseas or something, like we go to the UK, I'm not going to plan out that I'm going to go to this castle at this time and I'm going to eat this meal at this time. But I will plan out that I'm going to go to that castle. Maybe even within the week. It is planned out. You know, even when I go down just to the Sunshine Coast or whatever, it is planned out. I do plan on going here to eat, then here, then here. I guess because I mean I'm going there to do that. That's why I'm going there. We've got a really nice fish and chip shop down there called Whitby's. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna eat at Whitby's whenever I go down there. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. No, that's a disagree. I can easily relate to people's feelings. I might not act on that, but I pick up on what people are feeling really easily. That doesn't mean I'm going to act on them. That doesn't mean I'm going to jump to somebody's aid, but I can relate to them easily. Your mood can change very quickly. No, I'll disagree with that. I'm usually pretty cool-headed. Usually stay the same. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. I'll put a slight agree there. I do think people's sensitivities are important, and you can't get anywhere in a discussion if you're offending everybody with your truth that isn't their truth. But at the same time, surely the truth has to be more important. Surely it's got to be a higher ranking than the people's sensitivities. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. That's a disagree. That's always in my mind is what's going to go on. How is what I do going to affect other people? I might even make that. No, I'll leave it at the little one because sometimes I can just sort of do things my own way. But I've always got it in my mind how my actions are affecting other people. Like if I'm sucking at work, that's going to affect the company. I'm not earning enough money. I'm not earning my keep. All that sort of stuff is always in my head. So yeah, I'll put it as a little agree, little disagree because sometimes it's not true. I can consciously decide to just do things that might affect other people in a different way. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to a methodical and organized approach. No, that's a disagree. When I'm at work, I'm there to get the job done, and that's it. I'm focused on my job. I don't slack off and get more energetic at some points. I am the same from the minute I get there. I'm putting in the same amount of effort until I knock off, even all the way up to the very last minute. I get paid to do that. I don't get paid to slack off and then put in more energy here and there like randomly. I get paid to be consistent. That's how I see it. You are often envious of others. Disagree. Disagree. Even though a lot of people have got stuff that I want that I don't have, but I don't feel envious. I never think to myself, oh gee, I wish I was more like this person, or I wish I had what they had. I just think, oh, that's cool, you know. But that's it. An interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. Yeah. This question sort of see. I would actually go to a jam session with my friends rather than stay home and play a game. But the way it's phrased is just often better than a social event. Well, I don't go out often in the first place. A social event makes it sound like a party of some sort, so I'm going to pick agree. I'm usually going to decide to play a game or maybe read a book or do something at home rather than go out. But if it was to be with my friends and all that stuff, I would pick disagree. So I don't really know where to go with that. But for the most part, I'm a homebody, so I just have to pick that side. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. Agree. You can't actually. How can you finish a project if you haven't got it, if you don't stick to the plan? You need to be adaptable to some extent, but I mean, you need a plan in the first place, don't you? So I can't imagine picking disagree there. You really get carried away by fantasies and ideas. Disagree. It happens all the time. You often find yourself lost in thought when you're walking in nature. Agree. It happens all. That's almost the same question. So that it happened that first one, getting carried away by fantasies and ideas, that happens while I'm walking around. Um, anyway, if someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. Massive disagree. I just I respect other people's time. I understand that they're going to take a while to get back to me. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I'm not worried. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind and smart. Agree. I would rather her grow up to be kind rather than smart. I'd rather her be both. But if I had to pick, I'm going to lean more towards being kind. You do not let other people influence your actions. Agree. I usually do things my own way. I do keep in mind like how the group feels or what the group should do, but I don't let that actually influence me or my actions. Even though I keep it in mind, I usually stick to what I want. what I think is best, and even if it is for a group. Your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. Disagree, my dreams are all over the damn shop. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities at your new workplace. Uh, it does not take you much time. I would agree there. Usually I would actually pick disagree there, but at this, I only just started a new job about 2 months ago, and I get along with all the people there really well. I'm active. I jump in on all their little games and stuff. I've actually gotten into this one. Uh, at any other point in my life, I would have picked disagree there, but I've got to pick agree there. Now, just when I considered my actual new job that I've been in for a little while, you're more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Yes. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I feel like am I a planner, but am I just lazy? I'm not actually all that good at improvising. I'd rather have things planned out. But I'll just go with what I actually do. I do actually improvise things, even though I suck at it. I'm just too lazy to actually make plans to a large degree. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Disagree. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress up or role play activities. Disagree. Massive. Is there a bigger circle? No thanks, bro. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. Yes, agree. I do. That's the stuff with all that fantasies and stuff. I feel like I'm answering the same question over and over here. That's the stuff that's going on in my head when I'm walking around at the park and stuff, or just, even though it's just on my way up to the shops. Random shit. Just random shit in my brain, in my head. Random thoughts. You would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. No, I wouldn't. I would I would rather do the plan, but I don't. I'm just too lazy. But this says you would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a plan. No, I would rather have a plan. I'm too lazy to do it, but I would rather have one. You're relatively reserved and quiet person. Agree. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. Yes, I don't like hurting people's feelings and all that stuff. I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that. To just, I mean, if they're not performing, they're not earning their keep. I guess you have to do what you got to do, but I wouldn't like that at all. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. Yes, massive yes. I am constantly questioning why the hell we're even here. What are we doing to this planet? We shouldn't be here. It doesn't work. Like, humans don't work on this planet. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. Disagree. A small disagree. What I actually do here is I weigh up the pros and cons, and then I follow my heart. I follow my heart every single time. In the end, I think about things a lot, weigh up pros and cons. It seems logical, and then I might just throw it all out the window and follow my heart. I can't not follow my heart. I can't. Even if it makes logical sense to do something, I can't not follow my heart. It's just me. I can't. I don't have a choice. I need to do what just feels right, even if it doesn't look right on paper. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. Disagree. Disagree. If your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. I'll put that in the middle because it's actually both. I would offer emotional support and suggest ways to deal with the problem. I'm not more likely to do either. I am 100% likely to do both. So I have to pick in the middle there. I will definitely offer emotional support. Maybe even try and get them to come out and have a drink or go to a jam session or something. But I'm gonna offer ways to deal with the problem as well. So I have to pick. I have to pick in the middle there. You rarely feel insecure. Agree. Well, I'll put that slightly little agree. Middle agree. Uh, I don't feel insecure. I never really feel insecure. I'm a pretty confident sort of guy. But at the same time, I mean, I'm obviously stuck on this MBTI stuff. I'm not completely positive on what type I am or whatever. Um, so maybe I am slightly insecure. I don't know. I don't feel like I am. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. Disagree. I do have difficulties with that. And it's because I'm too lazy. It's because I'm too lazy to stick to the timetable. I would much rather actually have a timetable and stick to it than not. I don't get anything done by not having that, but I'm too lazy. So when it says you have no difficulties, no, that's a lie. I do have difficulties. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Disagree. That's an obvious disagree. It, the team doesn't get anything done if you're not working as a team. I think that to actually progress as a team, you need to work as a team. So you kind of have to suck it up and go with what they want to some extent, even if you know that you're right. And I feel like that happens a fair bit. I know that I'm right with a lot of things, but I just you still need to achieve the goals. This team still needs to cross the line, you know. So it sucks. That sucks. It just sucks, but that is what it is. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. That's a small agree. I know that seems illogical. You'll think, oh, the facts are the facts. You should just stick to the facts. But that actually doesn't get you anywhere. And everybody has their own truths. Everybody has their own lives, their own stories to tell. And you need to understand that when you're dealing with people. I mean, what they say, it might be wrong. You might know damn well that it's wrong. But it's them saying it from their point of view, from their life, from their experiences. You just have to respect that. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Disagree. You frequently misplace your things. Massive disagree. I know where everything is. Even if it's messy, I know where everything is. I do not misplace anything. I know where everything is somehow. It's just magic. You see yourself as emotionally stable. Yes, I do. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Yes, it is. You would not call yourself a dreamer. Disagree. And when I say that, I've always got these idealistic images in my head of up on a stage rocking out. I kind of do that anyway, but I don't really rock out. I just kind of stand there. I'm very much a dreamer with all that sort of stuff. It sort of goes for everything. I can picture myself like climbing the ranks in just about anything, even as unrealistic as it is, really. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. Agree. And this is a massive. I should actually make that a bigger agree. Even the biggest one, because even giving a speech at my own wedding to my wife, uh, just awkward. It's just awkward. I mean, I laugh and I laugh at everything. I laugh when I'm put on the spot. I don't know why. It makes me come across probably as pretty friendly and warm, but really, it's just like I'm just laughing because it's just shit. I'm on the spot. Oh, what do I do? No, I do find it difficult to relax. I don't know if it's difficult to relax, or if it must be. It just must be. I don't like it. I don't like talking in front of many people. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Disagree. I don't feel like I've got enough experience to really rely on it, and I'm always sort of on the lookout for alternative ways to do things, maybe quicker ways, even if it's just something as small as washing the dishes. I'll be sort of thinking, well, how can I do this the quickest way? Do I just blast the hot water and sort of, just rush it through, or am I going to actually fill up the sink? Am I not going to fill up the sink and just do it with the running water on it? I don't really stick to things that I know in that sense. I'm always my imagination runs pretty wild with all that sort of stuff. You worry too much about what other people think. Disagree. I couldn't give a fuck. If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. Yes. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there is not enough time to do everything. No, I always get things done. I always get stuff done. Even if it's a rush job, things need to get done, and I'll get them done. I do have a tendency to put things off if there's no actual deadline. If there's a deadline, it will definitely be done. So to that degree, I need, as much as I don't like to admit it, I think I actually need a little structure. I need to have a deadline. I need to be told this needs to be done by this day or time, and then it will be done 100%. If I'm not told that, if I'm not given that deadline, I might push it back for like a week or so. There won't be a rush for me to do it. I need the deadline to do it. So I'm sort of reading this question and putting a deadline in my head even though it's not there. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything. Not enough time puts in my head that there is a deadline, and if there is a deadline, then I'm going to get it done. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. Disagree. I don't really get stressed out. I have been lately over money and whatnot, but for like the other 99.99% of my life, no. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. A definite agree. Power doesn't sway me at all. I don't care about it. I do want to be liked. I don't want to be like super social or anything, but I don't want people to not like me. So I have to pick agree there. because power doesn't. It's not really a thought for me. I don't care about it. Whereas being liked, I suppose, is. You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things in books, art, or movies. Yes, definitely. You often take initiative in social situations. No, I don't. Well, lately at work, I sort of have been. No, no, I haven't. I've been responding to other people who have taken initiative to the social situation. I'll have to disagree there as well. Let's see how we go then. INFJA. Again, I can't escape it. That's what I get on a couple of other tests. I've got it on this test as well. But if you listen to what I'm saying and the reasons why I'm answering them, I don't know. It doesn't match. I still got it again just then, even with explaining my reasoning behind my choices. Anyway, I'm hoping that people will sort of chip in their 2p, sort of tell me their thoughts. I mean, this looks pretty, 76% introverted, 83% intuitive over observant, 70% feeling overthinking. I feel like I think a lot, but I follow my heart in the end. So I wind up getting some massive feeling option, like a result, but a lot of thought has gone into that. So that bit sort of, I'm like, iffy on it. And the judging and prospecting thing is a little iffy too, because it's like I need deadlines to actually keep me motivated, but at the same time I'm too lazy. So I feel like since I'm so lazy, it should be more towards the P, but I know that's not how it works with all the cognitive functions and stuff. And then it's got 86% assertive over turbulent. I don't really know what that means yet. Anyway, that's that. What I'm hoping for is that people will chip in their 2p. Just let me know what they think about how I've responded to the questions and see if they got any other options, because I just feel like I don't know what the hell is going on. Anyway, thanks for watching.